Yo, welcome back to Mila Mentions. I'm Mila. If you didn't know, this is Mila Mentions. So, the disclaimer first, I am not a makeup artist. I am not an esthetician. I am not a cosmetologist or cosmetologist. I am not a dermatologist. I am none of those things. I'm just a regular girl, woman who loves makeup, and I like skincare, and I like wigs, and I like hair care, and I like to share it. Okay? So take what I say with a grain of salt and a dash of Lori's, mix it up and do what you do with the information. Okay? So let's dive right on in. Okay? I got this much time today and I'm giving it to you. Why? Because I love y'all. So we're gonna do a quick review on this palette. Isn't it pretty? It's called Gorgeous Me by Romanki. Right? Or at least that's what I'm gonna say. I cannot pronounce these things because anyway. So this is a 63 color pan. It's humongous, right? Right. So I've been playing with this guy, and I think it's appropriately named Gorgeous Me. From the reviews, I was reading that this is supposed to be like a Charles James, James Charles. Don't talk about me. I didn't like that palette. I didn't like him. I don't. Him. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Her sister Beauty. That James Charles James. Him. I didn't like that palette. It really burned my button. All that damn fallout. But anyway, this is supposed to be a dupe of that. So let me open it back up again. Alright. I've been using her up because I have been on this hunt for affordable palettes for you guys. Before COVID-19 hit us, that's the series we were working on, is like affordable eyeshadow and just makeup brands, dupes, etc. So I partner with this company who can be found on Amazon. This palette is $16, $15.99. It retails on Amazon. And it came with a set of brushes. I think it comes with a set of 7 brushes. They just got thrown in with all the rest of my brushes. I probably should have grabbed those. Sorry. But let's talk about the actual palette because that's what people pay for. You're not paying for the freebie brushes, right? That's obvious. For $16, a 63 color eyeshadow set, you don't think it's going to do much. You don't think it's going to be worth much. Okay? Especially when you have, Pat McGrath and Charlotte Tilbury and Sigma and Violet Voss, and you have like Anastasia, and you have all these really higher end Tom Ford, YSL. You have all these really high end eyeshadows, and you're used to a certain quality, and then you pick up something that's $16. I've been so blown away, guys, honestly, by the quality of some of these like indie brands or lesser known brands. My mind's been blown because I've always been kind of a beauty snob. Um, Whether I was super into makeup or a little bit into makeup over the years, I've always been a beauty snob. So whatever beauty I was doing, I wanted to be the good stuff. But trying some of these lesser known brands and indie brands has really, really surprised me. And this was no exception. They named it appropriately the Gorgeous Me palette because the shimmers in this are absolutely stunning, and they're soft and they blend out to these really pretty pastel colors, but they build up. This is just like, see that soft green shimmer? But you can build these up so beautifully with just like an extra dab into the palette. The colors are phenomenal. The mattes, let me grab one of those. The mattes in this palette are really highly pigmented. I was really, really shocked, especially by the purple in this palette. It's really hard to get a really nice deep purple. I don't know what it is formula-wise that makes it so hard. Hold on, guys. I'm going to grab a baby wipe. But it's a hard thing to do. I have all of these different palettes from all of these different brands, and it seems like purple and reds are tricky. The purples in this palette are phenomenal. The mattes, period, they show up and they show out in a way that I did not expect in a $16 palette. I just didn't expect it, especially with so many colors. If it was a 16 color palette and it was like a 9-pan palette, I might say, oh, that's something that is believable. Like, it could be good. But 63 colors for $16. This surprised me. I was really, really highly surprised by this. Let me grab another color so you guys can... The mattes in here really just kind of made my year. Let me show you this red, and I think I'm going to show you guys... Oh, I really did love this slate blue too. It turned out really pretty. Okay, so just swirl into these palettes or into the little pans, and this is the kind of color you're getting from this palette. Like, that just blows me away. This is with no primer, no nothing, and the colors wear and wear and wear. You actually get a full day of wear out of the colors in this palette. It's just the only thing I could say that I wish would have shown up and shown out a little bit better. And I think black is hard to do. The black in this palette, I was not a huge fan of. It didn't seem to do very much. It almost, as you can see, it comes off as more of a charcoal gray. So if I had to find a complaint about this palette, and I always try to find the good and the bads, the pros and the cons, the black was a con for me, because I like black and I like to use it for my eyebrows. I like to do smoky looks. I like to use it as a matte eyeliner, and I could not do any of that with this palette whatsoever, or the black in this palette, I should say. But what I did like was that there were several colors that I was able to blush with. I like to try to flex the palette. When I say flex the palette, I want to use my palette in as many ways as possible. So if it's an eyeshadow palette, of course, I can use it for shadow, but can I use it for contour? Can I use it for blush? Can I use it for highlight? With like this many colors, I was definitely able to contour. I was able to highlight. I was able to conceal. I was able to do just about my whole entire face with this palette. I even used some of these like berry and wine colored shimmer shades as lippies. So a very, very versatile palette. You could take this one palette with you out of town for a weekend and you have all the colors you need. You have your warms, you have your cools, you have your colors, you have your shimmers, you have your mattes, you have your glitters. It's just a good palette. Again, the black is a big downfall for me, so I'm going to give this palette overall an A. Okay, I'm going to tell you why I'm going to knock 2 points off. One, the black. My second issue with this palette is they break, the palettes or the shadows themselves break rather easily. My daughter, being nosy, when I first got the palette, dropped it. One of them cracked, one of the shadows cracked, and then I like pulled my drawer too rough, like snatching it out, and like my palettes banged around in the drawer, and another one of them broke. So it is a palette that you kind of have to be gentle with, but for $16, if you break one or two, dry press them and keep moving. Overall, Gorgeous Me by Romanke. The retail is $16 on Amazon. Well worth the price. Well worth 16 bucks. I would definitely suggest it if you're looking for a good budget buy that has a ton of colors, that has really, really pigmented colors. Okay, let me get in close. So I used this palette pretty much for my whole entire face today, guys. I used liquid foundation, and on top of that, all of my contouring, all of my highlighting, all of my blushing, even setting my under eye was done with this palette. So this is not this liner done with the shimmer and the gray. I'm sorry, a blue shimmer and a gray mixed together. That black that looks like gray and the dark blue mixed together is my eyeliner. So I literally pretty much banged out my whole face. Oh, except for eyebrows and lips. Pretty much my whole face got banged out with this palette. It's not bad for a $16 palette. Is this my best makeup? By God, no. Is it pretty dang good? I'd say so, especially for doing my whole face with a $16 palette. So I would suggest buying it if you're looking for a good budget buy, guys. Again, you can find it on Amazon. It's 16 bucks. It comes with a cute little brush kit, and it's super affordable. It gives great, great color impact. It has really, really long wear. I don't have any issues with it other than that black. That black should not be gray. It should be black. Okay? That's my problem with you, Romansky. The only problem. Oh, and make them a little bit harder. Or give me a harder packaging. So if I happen to drop them, or my 3-year-old happens to drop them, like, I should have ironed this shirt. But, like, I didn't feel it putting on clothes after I did makeup. So I was just like, oh, this is a quick shirt I can throw on. Quarantine life. That's it. It gets an A. Mila Mentions is out. That's the review for the day. And yeah, see you guys soon. Drop your comments below if you've seen this palette before, or if you own it. If you own this palette, because I have literally never heard of this brand, if you own this palette, drop a picture of a look with it if you would, or drop your opinion. Give me your review, what you think, because I think I'm going to definitely do a little bit more shopping with this company. They actually sent me this one free to review, but I do think they're going to get some more business from me. So, yeah, tell me if any of you guys know about this brand, what you think about it, pics and whatnot. Share this video. See you later.